It's been more than a decade now since developers have built an apartment complex in the city of Venice, but one group is looking to change that.
If approved, the new complex could be built off Laurel Road and Twin Laurel Boulevard. Some people who live near that site are not happy with the idea, but the developer says it's a perfect location. ABC 7's Christopher Brantley is joining us live from Venice with more on this proposal. Christopher.
Well, Scott and Haley, Tuesday's City Council meeting was 15 hours long. And it turns out one of the longest meetings that the city of Venice has had. It ended well after midnight. And it turns out all of those extra hours may have paid off because common ground is being found. To develop or not to develop? That seems to be the question.
The last apartment complex that was built was probably 15 years ago. And even that's an age restricted for older adults.
Jeff Boone is the attorney representing the current property owner. Currently, the property is zoned to build 204 high-end condos, but Boone and his client would like to change that to an apartment-style complex.
We said for sure that we're going to need more units than what's presently approved for the high-end condo. We just don't know how many in the end can actually be fit on the site. That's really the key.
The neighbors to the direct south are not so thrilled. They worry about overdevelopment. Boone says it's too perfect a location, seeing as it's sandwiched in between Publix and Laurel Nokomis School. The homeowners and their attorney were unable to go on camera Friday, but we did find a chain of public emails that explains they want, among other things, a wall built in between the properties and a maximum on the height of the apartment buildings. To add to it, in between the resident's home and the empty lot is a 170-foot wide FPL easement for power lines.
Seems to be somewhat of the same challenge for them as we've seen in some of the other developments. Abutting property owners own property with certain conditions around them, environmental conditions which they tend to enjoy.
According to that chain of emails, the two sides are getting closer to coming to an agreement, just in time for a face-to-face meeting next week. And if there's ever a question if football draws people together, in these public emails, attorneys on both sides agree they'll be rooting for Florida football this weekend. Perhaps that will be a foundation for compromise next week. Live in Venice, Christopher Brantley, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.